starting to get a little bit windy. The trees aren't moving around as much as they used to. A little bit more than I was expecting. That's because the rest of the leaves from the trees have all gone now. Pressed the wrong button there, just the pause button. So, there's a couple of things like the wind speeds. I finally figured out why it's stronger in Scotland, even though that should be the weakest of the winds. Well, nearly the weakest. It's because another low pressure system comes and squeezes the isobars together, making the wind stronger. So basically, two storms merge, and then it makes it really windy, which is also why the rain really intensifies, which is why they've now got that amber wind warning, amber rain and yellow wind warnings. Technically, we should have a yellow wind warning because we've got winds up to 60 miles per hour in exposed coastal areas. Here, we're going to get about 58, 57. So, but the rain isn't as bad. It's just more reasons why I want to move to Scotland. I keep mentioning this because the storms are so much more severe, and it's higher up, so it's always stormier. Yeah. But yeah, the wind, it's going to stay pretty windy for the rest of the week. Winds are just all different directions you could possibly imagine, multiple times. Extremely rare sort of week for the wind. The wind had dropped off a little bit, but you get the odd powerful gust, which is causing a little bit damage, but it's only sat about 40 miles per hour so far, and that's nothing to be writing home about. When you start getting to the 60 miles per hour, that's when I start getting, excited and yeah. So you can tell there's a lot of leaves. These are all going to get blown off the walls shortly. The ferns will probably start snapping. We'll get a lot more branches and possibly a couple dead trees down. See, that gust there is probably about 35 miles per hour. It's, in around that 30 to 40 mile per hour mark or range. So this is kind of it, really. The storm. So I finally figured out why the rain is, and another reason why they issued an amber warning for rain, it's because of all the recent rain, because all the storms seem to be tracking up there. Now the effects of El Nino are starting to possibly be shown. This is why the jet stream is changing and everything. So, yeah, I'm definitely moving to Scotland when I'm older. That storms are so much worse up there. Oh, I love storms. I'm happy with what I've got so far. It's meant to rapidly intensify from about 4 o'clock until 6 o'clock at its peak. So in about 35 minutes it'll go from 40. Within an hour and a half it'll be up to 58, so... What on earth is that? Never seen that bug before, getting away from it, I have no idea what it is. So yeah, now I figured out why the rain and the wind is worse. Even though we've got 60 here, so really we should have a yellow wind warning, but they said it's isolated 60 mile per hour, more widely 40 to 50. So it's literally on the brink of going into a yellow. Rain-wise, we should really have a yellow rain, but because the heaviest of the rain arrives overnight, it doesn't really affect anybody, so that's why we haven't got it. The rain arrives throughout the busiest part of the day in Scotland. Another reason why it's amber, so you've got 3 good reasons. 2 storms merge, or 4. You've got the hills and the mountains. You've got busier times and wetter ground. Here, we haven't really had heavy rain for about half a week. They had it like yesterday, and before that it was about a week. We don't really have big tall mountains, the rain isn't at the heaviest time, and we don't get 2 storms merge. We do get the start of the storm, so it's really heavy. Again, we are on the brink of a yellow rain warning. We're about 100 mil in about 4 hours throughout the day. So 25 mil an hour when it reaches I think it's more than 3 hours. So it's about 35 mil of rain an hour. When you start getting to 40, it's a yellow, so we're literally on the brink of going into a yellow. So because of our location, we're quite high up. We're at one of the tallest bits of our county. We're like 350 feet. Highest is like 440 feet. So yeah, that's literally the reason why. So yeah, we will have, we technically in our location, we should be in the yellow for both, because the rain is actually worse in our area. So, and it's more prolonged in our little like 10-mile area. So we kind of have the worst weather apart from Scotland and the UK, which I'm quite happy about. That's another reason why so much of the UK is under a yellow rain warning. It's because this storm tracks up and then catches the jet and it hits into the jet stream, slowing all the weather fronts down. So it just rains consistently heavy throughout the middle of the day. Another reason why they got a yellow weather warning is because it's the middle of the day. And then the reason why Scotland's got an amber is because it's been raining heavy so much, the ground's saturated. So we're kind of just going to have to put up with this, but technically if this rain was in the middle of the day, we would get a yellow weather warning. If the wind was strongest throughout like rush hour, we would get a yellow, but because it's like later evening around the 9 PM mark, it's too late for them to issue a yellow. And the literally isolated areas here, we could probably reach 65, 70 here because of our altitude. So it isn't exactly high, 400 feet, but compared to the rest of the area, it's like 100, 200 feet above sea level. We're like 400-ish. I'm not sure exactly, and they're still getting 60. Yeah. That's all I really wanted to say. As the storm is starting to increase a little bit. There's only the hedge. I might as well go show you that the hedge is starting to lean a bit more, so it's leaning. That hedge there was about a foot back, so it's moved about a foot. And that's disgusting. Poo. That's disgusting. I swear that was stone, but it looks more like poo actually. So yeah, that's all the things I've got to show you. The storm is set to intensify, like I said, quite rapidly. And weak areas. Like I said, this area and the ash tree next door are the highest level of concern. I'm not too fussed about this, even though, remember this bush it always used to shed. I think most of it's come off. There's not much dead stuff left. And the wind direction, it's literally shouted from the house. Everything coming down either side of the house pretty much will miss this hedge. Obviously there is that void space behind the house, so it could get a bit stronger. It all depends on the wind direction. But at the moment it is calmed down quite a bit. This is going to be the calmest it's going to be for about a day. Yeah, I'm very concerned about a few branches in and around this area. I think maybe the rotten tree does have a little bit of height, because you can see it's barely moving, because it's just not tall enough yet. It is sheltered behind the house. But yeah, some of these ones here are moving around a bit more than usual, so we'll see if they come down, but I really doubt it. I think now the leaves have come off everything, I think most of this stuff will survive. Because I've seen, if it reaches 60, which we're forecast about 50-ish, but like I said in the past, it's always wrong, because the nearest town is like 100 feet further down and further away from the coast, so it's just always stronger here. It's always about 10 to 15 miles per hour more, depends on the direction the storm's coming from. It's coming from behind us, so it should be about 15 miles per hour faster. But yeah, it's starting to rain, I can feel it in the air. It's very cold, I feel like temperature's about 3 degrees at the moment. I'm in a thermal pyjamas, so see some decent gusts starting to move through. Nothing spectacular yet, but it is starting to pick up again, so we'll see. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.